Hi guys, welcome to this YouTube channel. Today we are discussing ladies who get children and take them to the village to stay with their parents, and then they don't even provide help. They don't even provide anything for those children that they take home. And guys, hey, how unfortunate that you can just get a child in the city and then you take that child to your mother in the village and remain very, very comfortable, not taking any help to that child, even to your mother. And you expect your old mother, ailing mother, very, very sick mama at home to take care of your child. Okay, I'm here not trying to say that you shouldn't take your children to stay with your grandmother. That is if you are looking for a job, or maybe if you are trying to look for some money in the city. And guys, a child is a distraction, especially if you do not have help, or if you do not have a husband, or if you are single. And for many reasons you are single. Guys, you know very well that we get pregnant in the city hoping that we'll be married by these men, and they later end up dumping us. We are dumped. You will not go and abort this child. You carry your pregnancy, you are alone. But let me tell you guys, God helps you. God helps you. And you carry through this pregnancy. Yes, you do. You carry through this pregnancy until you give birth. And guys, God has always been with ladies. He never once, the Bible says never once does he leave you alone. He never leaves you alone. Guys, he never leaves you alone. You carry through that pregnancy and you'll manage by God's grace. So you give birth, and you still are able to bring up this child for the first few months in the city. And sometimes a job is hard to come by, but you do every kind of small businesses are there. You do everything to make sure that your life is comfortable and the life of your unborn, of your newly born child. And guys, I've seen women who have succeeded even in bringing up their children very, very well. And sometimes services of a house girl are required, and you find them struggling and even engaging that house girl, that they may be able to step out and look for a living. And may these women be blessed, guys. Guys, please subscribe to this channel. You know, in this channel, this is where we discuss issues of life, and this is an issue of life, guys. An issue whereby you have a child, not because you are ready to get this child, but you are cheated into it by somebody whom you thought maybe would marry you, but didn't. So you're left there wondering what you'll do, but there's nothing to do. The thing is, you just have to bring up your child. You have been blessed with this child, and a child is a blessing. So what else do you have to do? You have to bring up this child, and this is what happens, guys. You bring up this child on your own through struggles. You struggle, you struggle, you struggle. The first few months you manage, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but by God's grace, you manage to bring up this child. Wow. Let me tell you, at one point, this child is like, let's say, 2 years, and this child is moving up and down. You know, at that stage, hey, a child can really touch things, touching here, going there, dropping here, climbing here, and falling down, walking. And I'm telling you, even the house girl that you have, you people, as you pay your house girls, they do a lot of work. Taking care of a child at this age, 2 years, 1.5 to 2, not even 1 to 2 years. It's a very difficult stage, because this child needs to be restricted. This child can even touch fire. This child can drink anything. This child has to be watched every step of the way. And these house girls need do a lot of work. So you manage to do all that, guys. So at one time, while I'm discussing this video, guys, have you subscribed? Yes, please subscribe, and then let's continue building this channel, growing it up. And yes, this is why we tell stories and on issues of life. At one point, this house girl disappears. In fact, I'm being told that this house girl even stole your clothes. They stole the ladies, she stole the ladies' clothes and even disappeared with them. I hear that this house girl had a child in the village, so she even made sure that she carried some clothes for the baby that she takes care of and went home with them and disappeared with them. So guys, these are things that you go through and sometimes you even wonder, at what point does somebody decide to steal from you? And this is the house girl who has been cooking for you, washing for your child and living with you. In fact, you have been giving her your all so that she doesn't ever think of hurting your child. But one of the days, she speaks with the neighbors there. There are some neighborhoods where even mature women are very bad. They advise your house girl to leave you so that you stop working, so that you suffer. So your house girl just disappears one time. And there, your child is left in the compound. In fact, it is the neighbors that call you to tell you that, hey, today you have to come home early. We see your child alone in the compound. Gosh. And you know this child is 2 years. This child is 2 years there alone. The girl has disappeared. Whoa. In fact, when you enter the vehicle to come home, you feel like you can leave that vehicle when you get to a traffic jam and walk because you feel like this vehicle is even going so slowly. Okay, you get to the house and it is you had spoken to a neighbor who called you and asked them to take care at least until you get home. So you get home, guys, and on getting home, your child is seeing you from a distance. You know this child is hungry. This child has not even been given food. This girl just disappeared soon after lunch, after eating whatever was there, and left your child unfed. So you are there at the gates, the child sees you and comes running to you, very hungry. Gosh, people have gone things, have seen things in this life. Can you put yourself in that lady's shoes? So she's there picking her child and almost crying, thanking the neighbor for holding her for you. Then you enter your house with your child. Gosh, the mess that is there. This lady just disappeared without even removing cups from the table, without even cooking for the child, and she just decided to disappear. She decided to disappear. And there you are, now not knowing where to start. But anyway, you don't even have time to go and check what has happened in the bedrooms, whether the clothes are there or anything. In fact, you realize about the clothes after 2 days. You don't even realize that evening, because that is the evening now you pick your child. The child is all dirty. You go and shower the child, you cook for the child, and the child is crying. The child starts dozing because you know what? This child is used to sleeping during the day, but was not put to bed that day. Guys, please subscribe. Let me tell you, you pick your child and you are cooking very fast, because the minute she sleeps without eating and having spent a whole day hungry, that night that child will suffer. So you go hurry and pick the child, cook for the child, and the following day you know you can't even go to work. And remember, you are single, you can't go to work. So you are calling the place of work and saying, okay, I'm not coming in today because I have my child, the house girl left, and now I'm here going to the bureau to try and source another house girl. Anyway, you do it your way, but you try and try and try, and I'm telling you, you get a house girl. Yes, you do. Hey, guys, you get a house girl from the bureau. That girl had just been brought in the bureau, having left another home, and you ask about her, and you're told, okay, this is the one who is available. And you know she was working in a home, and she knows how, anajua kazi. She knows work. So you go with her to the house. This is now the following day. The following day you don't get a house girl. That's the time you go to the bureau. You don't get, and then you are promised the following days when you go get. Now you have missed work for 2 days. So the minute you get this girl, you go to the house with her very, very fast. You try and show her the work and introduce her to your baby. They spend the day together in your presence, so that at least tomorrow you are able to leave this girl with your child. What? Guys, let me tell you a story. A story. Hey, may God have mercy. May God have mercy. upon women. Because this girl, you leave her the following day and go to work with your child. Because you know you can't abandon work. There are bills to pay and you are single. Hey, after having spent the day with the house girl, you are sure that now they will acclimatize, they are going to get to know each other. Well, at the place of work, you come home in the evening, you fight them together, but the following day, the girl again disappears. The girl again disappears. And she says, this second one doesn't leave the child again. She tells you, I'm going. And you ask her, why? I don't want to work. Why? Sitaki kazi, I don't want to work. Why? What have I done to you? No, I don't want to work. Guys, do you know sometimes you feel like you're going to cry? You feel like you're going to kill somebody, but you can't kill any. Guys, please subscribe to this channel. This is where we discuss issues of life. And people go through this. So what the following day, what do? You pick your child and you take the child home to your mother in the village. Because now you have no option. One thing, you cannot now trust another house girl. And again, you have already spoiled work. This job that you have is all that you have, and you cannot risk it anymore. So you pick your child and now you take them to your mother. Oh, your mother is ailing and old, but you have no option. So this child has not even known the grandmother. So she cries the first day, but you have to rush to work. At least this child is safe, she'll be fed, and she'll be at least, she'll have company. You leave that child there and you go back to the city. So in the city, the first night, you are just, because you cannot afford to commute, you are just calling home and you're asking, how is the baby? And you are told, today the baby spent the day crying. Oh, and you feel like you are going to die. Why? You feel like you are going to die. But then the second day you call and you are told, okay, today she has been okay. In fact, she got some neighbors' friends here and they have been praying together. She's okay. Oh, okay. The third day, your child is okay. Your child is okay. Now she has even gotten used to the environment. She's okay. Guys, you are very happy. And at the weekend, you make sure you are there. You buy milk and take there. You buy the stuff that your child uses and you take there. And when coming back, you have to hide yourself because the child will cry. If she sees you leave, she'll cry. So you hide, but you are sure the child is safe. So you go back, you work another week, and you are there the following weekend, you work, you go. But let me tell you, after 3 weeks, human beings, let me tell you guys, this is a mother's story. Hey, you don't go home that weekend because you have to go and see your boyfriend. You're still looking for a spouse. You're still having hope of getting married, maybe. So maybe you had a friend, and you this time you don't want to go home. So you don't go that weekend, and your mother understands, and you don't even say anything. The following weekend, you don't go and you don't say anything. Now, you just call once a week. You used to call every day, but now you're calling only once a week. And you're asking, how is the baby? And the baby is okay, but we don't have this and that. Okay, I'll send you. But you finish a whole week without sending. After 1 week, you said half of what your mother told you is not there. You just said half of it. And you continue living. Let me tell you, by the end of the first month, you have, that month, you have gone there only twice. By the end of 6 months, you have gone there only thrice. You don't even go to see your child. You don't even take help. So your child is malnourished in the village. Your mom is sick. You don't care. Now you have gotten into another relationship in the city, and you are so happy going out with your boyfriend, and you forget your child. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Your mother is old. Your mother is old. Your mother is sick. Your mother is not working. Here you are. You have forgotten her with your child in the village. Have you ever heard of this story? A story like this one, guys? Stories like this are all over. If you didn't know today that there are people who do this to their parents, and you go there, after 1 year, you find your child is so malnourished. In fact, you even start quarreling your mother. But you don't give this child food. Look at the way she's malnourished. Shame on you. I'm very annoyed. I'm very annoyed because let me tell you, how do you forget very, very fast? Human beings forget very, very fast. But you didn't forget in this case. This is your child, and you should live for this child. And also, how do you think, did you think that your mother became young when you left the village? Is that what you think? This lady is still aged, is still ailing, she's still on medication which you don't even buy for her. Yet you take your burden to her and leave it with her there. Shame on you. Guys, if you know somebody who does this, please advise them not to ask for a curse, because this is like asking for a curse for themselves, because these mothers will curse you. These parents from the village will curse you, and you'll never know what happened to you. Avoid doing this. Help these parents. Take care of your children even when they are home, and may God help you. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.